Colts Nation, if helmets or helmet accessories interest you, make sure to go to greengridiron.com and use code INDSYN at checkout to get the discount code with it. Whether it's mini helmets, full-size helmets, visors, clips, whatever it may be, different face masks, different variations of helmets, alternate helmets, whatever the case, you can get it at Green Gridiron. And again, that's code INDSYN at checkout for the discount. Thanks for stopping by for another video, and now let's get into it. What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video, where in this one, we're going to talk about the schedule release. Unfortunately, couldn't get this to you last night, but want to get this to you today and just talk about it, look at it. Colts doing some stuff for their schedule. Also, you know, the way these teams do this, right? Taking shots at other people. Colts actually took theirs down because you'll see the first one, Miami Dolphins, that one became a problem. They put out an apology today. And so there is a little bit of controversy with the Colts. But in this one, just going to take a look at what the Colts had. Not going to play the volume because not sure if the music that they use for it is copyright or not. So just going to keep the volume away from it. But do want to go through and look at this. They obviously did, or sorry, not showing you this. They did Minecraft just like the Chargers. Chargers was better, to be honest with you. But Colts still perfectly good content for their schedule releases. You could always expect the Colts content team is really good. Now, this is the one that got them in trouble. Tyreek Hill getting caught by the Coast Guard. That became a little bit of an issue. They had to take it down. They issued an apology. We'll talk about the apology here in just a few. Then that's week 1 at home. Week 2 at home against Denver. A 4 o'clock game, which I believe we have 3 4 o'clock games, 3 or 4 4 o'clock games. Decent amount. We also get a Monday Night Football game at home. Right, week 3 on the road in Tennessee as Will Levis and his mayonnaise get hit by a bus. Week 4 on the road in Los Angeles. Jordan Shorts and Ian Rappaport fighting. Here we have week 5 at home against Las Vegas. Week 6 at home against Kyler Murray, who's riding on a chicken. And the Arizona Cardinals, Harrison going to be in Indy again. Week 7, back in LA to play the Chargers. Week 8, our second game against Tennessee. Week 9, at Pittsburgh. Finally beat Pittsburgh last year. Can we win in Pittsburgh? That'll be the question. Week 10, over to Berlin to play Atlanta, which counts as a home game. So Colts really only have 8 home games in the game overseas. And then and that was just subtle. Actually, let's go back here. That was just a real subtle thing that happens here, but something that I thought was pretty funny, having Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix Jr., you know, Kirk go change, got the chains on over here and the glasses. Penix walks up, Kirk gets set. I just thought that was funny to throw in there. Then you have, again, week 11 is our bye week, which is earlier than it's been in the recent past. Here you have Kansas City. Not sure what this reference is, to be honest with you. And then you have Mahomes jumping in as a frog. And then week 13 against Houston. Now, one good thing this year is that a lot of our division games, 4 of our division games, happen in the back end of our schedule, which typically is not the way it's been going. So really happy about that. I'm happy to have an earlier bye week, finally, something that I've been hoping for us to be able to get rather than week 14. Right now we have one, you know, more a little bit in the middle of the season, kind of that perfect time. You come back from the bye week, make a run. So I think overall, like, this schedule kind of, you know, favorable. The opponent, we play a lot of difficult teams, but in the way it's set up, pretty favorable schedule. More national games being at the 4 o'clock window. You also have, again, a Monday Night Football game, which we have not gotten to yet. But here again, this is a game against Houston. in week 13. Week 14 is when we are in Jacksonville. Week 14, important game for the Colts. See if we can break that curse. Week 15 at Seattle with Darnold and Sam Kupp. Week 16, San Francisco. This is our Monday Night Football game at home. Week 17, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars in Indy. Week 18, we finish the season at Houston, presumably for the division, right? Going through chopping up steaks. And this here is our schedule for the 2025 season. Full schedule, right? So we start the season 2 games at home, 2 games on the road. Then we have 2 games at home, then on the road, at home, on the road, and then we are in Berlin. Then we have a bye week. So we go basically, it looks like a month, maybe a little more than a month at Lucas Oil Stadium, because then you come back from the bye week and you have Kansas City in week 12. You're at Kansas City week 12, week 13. At home against Houston. Then you have 2 road games, Jacksonville and Seattle. And then you have 2 home games, Monday Night Football against San Francisco. And then week 17 against Jacksonville. Then finish the season on the road against Houston. So again, a pretty favorable schedule there for the Colts, in my opinion. At least not in opponents, right? Some of these teams could be, good or could be bad, but there are some good teams in here, right? Miami, who knows? But Denver should be a good team. Rams, Vegas should be better this year. Arizona continues to get better. Chargers continue to get better, right? Then, so like through the first half of our schedule, when you really look at it, like even with the Titans having Cam Ward, I'm a Cam Ward guy. Think he's going to be really good. We'll see what the Titans are this year. Don't know if we're going to really have to worry about them. We'll have to see about that. Really the only team I'm not worried about in the front half of our schedule. The other ones are tough. And then on the back half of the schedule, you start in Berlin against Atlanta. Atlanta should be better this year. Right, then you have Kansas City and Houston. Jacksonville should be good, but we'll see what happens with them. Seattle could be good. We'll see what happens with them. San Francisco should be better this year, assuming they're able to stay healthy. Right, then Jacksonville, Houston. Like the back half of our schedule is difficult too. Like we have a difficult schedule, no doubt about it. And when you look at some of the other stuff, preseason, and this is important because of joint practices and whatnot. Because we have the extra home game in the regular season, we have the extra away game in the preseason. And on August 7th, it's going to be the Ravens we're going to be away at the Ravens. Week 2 of the preseason, we're going to be against the Packers. August 16th is going to be that game. So what's that? 9 games in between preseason games. From the Ravens to the Packers. That'll be hopefully the week of joint practices. That's going to be the time where I'm going to be trying to get to Indy, I guess, for that game on August 16th. And then August 23rd, away at the Bengals. So Ravens, Packers, Bengals is a preseason schedule, and that covers all 20 games for the Colts. But what I do want to look at is another thing the Colts had made up by at NBA_paint. I believe is what I saw. Some work that they had done, just some simple drawings. But people seem to love this. The Colts changed their Twitter avatar to that horseshoe, but Colts Dolphins for week 1, then the Broncos, then the Titans, the Rams, the Raiders dropping an elbow, it looks like. Cardinals making them cough out the ball. Chargers unplugging them. A lot of people like that one. Titans again. Steelers. Falcons in Berlin. Then the bye week, laying in a bed. Chiefs, very interesting there. The tiny little arrowhead right there. Texans, kind of mess with that one. That one looks pretty cool. Jaguars, grabbing them by their toes. Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars. Nice. There you go. That's how you do the Jaguars. And then the Texans wrangling them up like that. So that's the other schedule release. And I believe they had a schedule release that involved, actually, I'll show you this too. This is the Monday Night Football announcement. Boom. As you can see, the Colts going to be wearing their Indiana Knights uniforms. It'll be interesting in this game. Do the 49ers wear their red uniforms? Like, is that already slated out to going to happen? It's going to be blue and red, gold helmets, black helmets. That could be really sick, right? Hopefully that ends up being a good game. Hopefully, you know, we're all healthy, both teams healthy at that point. A lot of really good players could be playing in that game. Very interested to see how that one goes. Can't wait for that Monday Night Football game. But then for the Colts, when it comes to the Colts schedule release and what we saw, they did have to put out a statement, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, about what happened at the beginning with Tyreek Hill getting arrested by the Coast Guard. Colts statement that they put out, quote, "We removed our schedule release video because it exceeded our rights with Microsoft and included an insensitive clip involving Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. We sincerely apologize to Microsoft and Tyreek. Here's the video, which some saved, which we went over and looked at." Yeah, so essentially, there's something in the rights with Microsoft, probably. You know, him getting arrested, right? It's a kid's game. Probably not allowed to do what they did. Ended up having to take it down. Unfortunate. I thought it was hilarious. A lot of people that I had talked to and that I've seen thought it was hilarious. So unfortunate that they had to take it down, but it is what it is. Right, and now we'll see the Chargers also doing a Minecraft video. They took quite the shot at the Colts right here, specifically Anthony Richardson. So let's watch and see what they did here. Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, Jason Bean. And here they go. And oh no, Anthony Richardson spins out, runs out of gas. Okay, the Pat McAfee suite here. Uh-oh, running on empty. Richardson ran out of gas. Has to take himself out of the race. Yeah, quite the shot taken at Anthony Richardson there. Yikes. So there were some good ones. There are always some good ones. I know Mac Wilson with the Cardinals. He made a song, like a rap song. Pretty good, honestly. It's called 18 Bars, and it's obviously about the 18 weeks of the season. Colts end up as one of those. I listened to it. Don't really remember, you know, what he said about every team. Only listened to it once, but some good stuff. Good stuff. Getting Colts schedule coming out. You know, some really interesting games, and we'll talk more about the Colts schedule and we'll get more into it. Just wanted to go through with you guys. I know you've probably seen it at this point, but wanted to go through if you weren't able to see the schedule releases that come out. Give you guys an opportunity to see those, and have an opportunity to get your first opinion on the schedule. And initially, of course, I think it's going to be pretty difficult. We'll go through it at some point, do predictions. We'll do that sooner rather than later. We'll go through and really start to break down the schedule and how it's all going to go. There would definitely be content for that. So if you enjoy content, make sure you drop a like on the video and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime we drop any content on this channel. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.